find the area of a triangle. Let's remember that a triangle is a three-sided figure. All right, so any three sides. Now, I want us to kind of think about how a triangle comes to be. So if I start with a rectangle, we know a rectangle, hopefully, right? 4 right angles, opposite sides are the same. Great. Well, what happens if I cut that in half? Just so I have 2 equal sides, right? So that the shaded region and the non-shaded region are the same. Well, we now have, let me make this super big. We now have, well, that's not a straight line. We now have a triangle. Let's think through this in terms of formulas. For a rectangle, we find the area of a rectangle by taking length times width. Well, based off what I just said here, if I cut that in half, I have a triangle. So for a triangle, I would take half of the length times width. And that is the area of our triangle. Now, a lot of times for a triangle, we don't use length and width as the name. We use base and height. So you will see this more as 1/2 times the base times the height, where the base and the height are the 2 sides that meet the right angle. So sometimes I will draw my right angle real big, and the 2 sides that it pierces, there's my base and my height. Those 2 are interchangeable. All right, so let's find the area of the triangle below. Well, again, find your right angle. It splits these 2 sides. So one of these is the base, one is the height. I know my formula is area equals 1/2 base times height. So let's substitute in what we know. 1/2 times the base is 4, times the height, which is 12. Order of operations here, we're just going to multiply. Multiplication is commutative, so I can multiply left to right or in any order. 1/2 of 4 is 2. 2 times 12 is 24. Because we are dealing with area, we are in square units, so this is 24 square centimeters. Let's find the area of the triangle below. Now here we're given a lot of information, and sometimes it can be tricky of like, what's the base, what's the height? So that's where it's real important to find the right angle, draw it big. The 2 pieces it pierces are the base and the height. The other 2 are just giving information about sides of the triangle. So again, our formula, area is 1/2 base times height. Ooh, I don't know how to draw anything, obviously. 1/2 base times height. There we go. Let's substitute in what we know. I know that my base is 26 and my height is 6. So once again, I multiply. 1/2 times 26, or half of 26, is 13. 13 times 6 gives me an area of 78, and we are in inches squared. Let's do one more. This is kind of a challenge here. If the area of a triangle is 54 square centimeters and the height is 3 centimeters, what is the base? Okay, well first let's think through. My formula is 1/2 base times height. What do we know? The area is 54. Substitute that in. The height is 3. So I'm trying to find the base. Now, when you're dealing with a fraction, it can be a little frustrating, really. So I always try to deal with those first, meaning I'm going to take this whole thing and just multiply both sides by 2. Because when I multiply by 2, numerator to denominator cancels out, and I'm just left with 3b on the right side. And then 2 times 54 is 108. Then to solve for b, we want to get b by itself, so I divide both sides by 3. And the base is 36. When I do that. So because I'm in centimeters, the base is 36 centimeters. And then if you want to check, you can always say, well, okay, 1/2 base times the height, right? Plug it in and see what you get. Half of 36 is 18. 18 times 3 is 54. Yep, that was my area. So my base ends up being 36 centimeters. So you can use the formula to go a couple different ways and to find unknown pieces of your triangles.